Welcome to the season 1 finale of Sisters. Well, hello everybody and good morning. We are here for the finale of Sisters. Y'all have been here through the full season with me, so let's finish this off. Great season, by the way. So, the last time that we spoke, Karen was running from the deranged brother of the young lady who actually killed herself in her shop. And as I stated, please let Aaron or Zach or somebody come by quickly that can save her, because last I saw, she ran into her room and he busted in. Well, Zach is yelling, Karen, Karen, Karen. He runs in, starts fighting this crazy white boy, and ends up getting stabbed. Oh my God. And Karen, like her mom, pulls the gun out and blasts him. Okay, good thing her mom did teach her how to shoot. So Zach has been stabbed, and stabbed badly, by the way. So Karen's mom, man, it's like I had said too, I hope Karen's mom comes in. Karen's mom comes in. She's like, oh my God, what's going on? Get Zach to the hospital. I will take care of the body. I will call the police. And in my mind thinking, Karen is not the call the police type of person. So, So Karen and Zach rush to the hospital so he can have his injuries looked at, and he's going to make a full recovery. But of course, obviously, he's in pain. And while they're in that moment, Zach is asking her questions like, do you love me? Do you love, Aaron? What's going on? And she said the words that I really was happy that she said. She did tell him, of course, that she will always love him. Okay. But she did say that she wants to see where that goes with Aaron. I think that's very fair. And after everything, Zach, and even she said, the baby cut me deep. She did say that to him, and he should understand and respect that, even though I get he wants to be with her. I really do. But he just needs to understand. He just needs to be more understanding to put her through. That she's like, at this time, I want to explore things with Aaron. I want to see where that goes. He did admit to her that Danny, in between the puff puff pass moments, that she broke it down and said, when you didn't really care about the baby, you was done. So she was like, yeah, that really did cut me deep. Right? So I remember the mom kicking him, because I thought he was dead after she shot him. She was like, you're still alive? We'll come back to that. Okay, so Andy is at the police station, and her friend comes by to help bail Gary out of jail. I am so done with Gary. I've been done with him. So when her friend comes in, he's like, what happened to you? Have you not heard the rumors about him? And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. What rumors? And he's just like, look, just whatever. And so he gets him bailed out. So as she's driving home with Gary, she's being quiet, like something in her mind. And Gary's like, hey, excited. I want to take a shower, get something to eat, happy to be with her. Talking like they have this future and all this kind of stuff. And so she's driving, she's quiet. He's like, what's wrong with you? She's like, nothing. He's like, something is wrong. What's wrong with you? She's like, are you telling me everything? And then, of course, Gary does what Gary does and starts to get upset, frustrated like he always does. Every time she asks a question about giving me the real, what's going on, tell me everything. He always gets upset because he's lying. As he always lies. Okay? Anyway, so Sabrina and Calvin have a really nice moment. Calvin's like, I've been here for a couple of days, I'm much better now. Sometimes you mourn and you lose somebody, you do kind of have to go through this transition. But he said, I need to go check on my dad, see how he's doing, and then I need some time alone for myself. So she was like, okay. And they have this intimate kiss, and then he leaves. So she calls and she's checking on Andy, like, what's going on? Because, obviously, I guess she's, she just with Andy's money. And she's like, well, I get this alert about all this money coming to your account. And she said, look, I just did it for Gary. He's trying to hide money from his wife. Was that okay? She kind of was snappy with Karen. Sorry. She was snappy with Sabrina. Sabrina was like, look, I will call you tomorrow. Okay? And we need to talk. And so Danny calls Sabrina, like, really drunk and high. And she's like, look, I'm here and I see my rodeo is with somebody else. How can he do this to me? I'm about to bust into the white meat show, shows. And Sabrina's like, calm down. I'm about to come down that way. Don't do anything stupid. Baby, it's funny. Sabrina said that. She gets to the club and it's packed, right? I mean, it's packed. Like this chocolate muscle picked up Sabrina off the floor. I was like, who was that? She's like, I ain't got no money to put me down. So she gets there and she sees him with the other, and then it's a white woman, so she really was probably tripping. And yeah, no, I'll call him Rodeo, just like she does. So anyway, while Sabrina and Danny are looking at him, she looks over and she sees that idiot that put Maurice in the hospital. So she goes to check him. Like, fool, you out of jail after you did that to my boy Maurice? She's going off. And of course he calls her out her name and calls her a beat and everything else. She said, I got your, which I would have said the same thing, but probably a little bit worse than that. So he pissed me off. He throws a drink in her face. Like, this, not only are you a snake, a dog, a piece of crap, you gonna throw a drink on a woman, and then all hell breaks loose. Baby, it is a fight. Here comes Danny. Like, bruh, they get to fight. Danny was like holding her on. I was like throwing them balls. Boop, boop. And then here comes Rodeo. Rodeo sees his girl's in trouble. He comes to throwing some ball. Boop, boop. And he's like, get him out of my club. Get them itches out of my club. I was like, bro, you an itch. Okay? So then everybody can throw out the club. It's a big old riot going on. Sabrina was like, so was he up there fighting for you? She's like, well, you ain't gonna get that coochie no way. Talking about the woman that he was with. So they come outside. He's like, are you okay? She's like, I don't want to hear it. He's like, what is your problem? Why are you mad at me? Like, this fool you got through just fighting and kicked out of the club for her. She's like, you don't call, you nothing, text nothing. He said, that's what you told me to do, Danny. You told me don't call. You told me don't text you or nothing. She was like, Danny was just tripping. That's not what I mean, but I wanted you, but you got somebody else and all this kind of stuff. And then they kept thinking that she was a man, wants to be a woman. It was like confusion right there. So at the end of it, she's like, look, I'm going to go home and give him some. Boom. So Sabrina was like, I'll take you home to the lady that he was with, right? Oh, my God. So anyway, so back at the hospital, Karen and Zach are there, and Aaron shows up. And, of course, Zach is trying to, be rah-rah. Like, you feel safe with him, but yet, first of all, his wife shot herself in your shop. Then her brother comes to hurt you at your crib, but yet you feel safe with him. She goes outside with Aaron and is like, Aaron, I'll call you. Let me stay here with him. I'll call you. And then she said, let me use your phone real quick. So she hits her mom up. And her mom is like, hey, because he came and said, at the funeral, your mom, dropped off bro's body at the funeral and said, if you send him again, he will be dead. She was like, oh my God. And so, but Aaron said he called the ambulance, so he's probably okay. She called the mom, and mom was like, I'm going camping. Don't call me. If you call me if you need me, but I'm gone. She's going to be dirt out for a minute. From the police, from everybody. And then the Karen's just like, okay, whatever. She's probably really, like, used to that growing up with her mom. That she's kind of just like, I'm out or whatever. Maybe not growing up, but at least in her adult life. I don't know about I hope one day they explore her childhood and her mom. Her mom is pretty cool. I really, really like her. So, Danny and Rodeo are having, they had a good time. And so she handcuffed him to the bed and was like, yo, you not going nowhere. I will stalk you. You not going to leave me again. He's like, can I go to the bathroom? So he went to the bathroom and came back, and he handcuffed her and said, okay, so now I'm going to do you. Okay. So I like how they're ending them with more of them. So next year, they should be solid. They should be solid. So he did say, can I call or text you? And she said, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. All right. So Andy and Gary also seemed like they had a nice night. They woke up in bed. And he's like, I'm gonna hop in the shower. So she started going through the folder that Leslie gave her. Paperwork and stuff like that. And she tried to call Karen. She saw something in paperwork. She tried to call Karen, but she didn't answer, left a message on her answer machine. And then a phone call comes in. And it's Leslie. And she's saying, don't trust him. She's like, what? Don't trust him. They are coming for you. And she's like, what? Tell me. So she gets up. And I said to myself, that fool is not in the shower. I swear I said that. So she gets up and she goes to the shower. And she's listening at the door. And you hear Gary on the phone. And he says, what do you want to know? And then he said, so we're doing this now. I don't know what any of that means. So he takes her on a drive, Gary and Andy. They go on this long drive. And he has her blindfolded. Gets her out of the car. And she gets out of the car. And there's this old country house. And he's like, what do you think? This is a new home or old home that I fixed her up that I purchased for us. And she's like, I'm a city girl, not a country girl. And she started thinking about what Jasmine said, his ex-wife. She said, he's going to get you away from all your friends, away from your bag, everything. And then all of a sudden, she said, I have friends. He said, you can make new friends. I was like, I always knew this was coming. I did. From the way he acted and very, very controlling, I might add. Okay? So, all of a sudden, FBI shows up. Tell them to get on their knees. They put Gary in the car and arrest him. The FBI agent was pretty cold-blooded. At first, he was like, you need a Band-Aid for your knees. She said, I just got a few scrapes. And then he was like, you're a lawyer, right? She's like, yeah. How do you know? I've been watching him for months. Well, then you know that his ex-wife is the reason this is happening. He's like, this ain't got to do with his ex-wife, his second wife, or his first wife. She said first wife. Both the lawyer, her friends say you should vet him before people you date. And he said you should do research. So she didn't know anything about Gary, in my opinion. So he's like, he's embezzling money, and all your money in your apartment is gone. It's now part of our investigation. He's like, do you want to help? Do you want to cooperate? She's like, no. When he said, you go walk. I hope them shoes good. You about to walk. He said, get the car. Get everything. You've lost it all. Everything is confiscated. He said you shouldn't have done that. Putting that money in the bank account was a bad idea. So all that money, anything that he touched, now is the FBI's. What? After all of this, she's lost everything right now. She's lost everything. This whole entire season, she fought for Gary. The whole season. All the while, I don't know what he was saying or who he was talking to in the bathroom. But Jasmine set everything up. Okay? Set her up. I don't know if he was involved with Jasmine with this. I don't know what's going on. But somebody else is involved with this. Maybe he has a new girl or new woman he has. I don't know. I'm curious to know what you guys think. Who was he on the phone with in the shower when he was supposedly in the shower? Who was the first ex-wife? What happened to Andy Did she ever get a hold of anybody? She had to walk down the street to a saloon to call somebody? She was in the middle of nowhere. Exciting finale. Thank you guys for being with me through this whole entire season. Y'all, please check out my playlist to see how I felt from first episode till now. Thank you for being with Kamish Reviews. Y'all be safe. Love you. Make sure you guys check out my Instagram, Kamish Reviews.